You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we're rolling. Ladies and gents, welcome back. Today I've got the hair industry's leading shave expert. Been training students over 12 years, trained over 5,000 people all over the world, has his own line of shave products, scientifically researched to stop skin irritation, sold in numerous countries globally. Am I right?
Globally it is. Yeah.
You can find him on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram by the brand name that he's renowned for, the Shavedoctor Mark Sproston. Thanks for coming.
Pleasure, Ben.
It's been a while. It's I was trying to set this up for a while, so it's been some time, but we've got around to it.
We have managed to get there.
You tell me about this because you were a barber before. Were you just a barber or were you a hairdresser?
No, barber. In fact, I was only talking about this the other day. One of my first jobs was actually Saturday, so my Saturday job,
right?
16 and a half,
yeah.
was rinsing the permanent solutions off the old deer's hairs.
We've been there. We've
been there. But this was the 1980s, mid-80s.
So that was just in a woman's hair salon?
Woman's hair salon, actually in Hensford.
Okay,
right. So not too far away.
Yeah.
So in fact, in them days, it was the khaki turn-up shorts, canvas shoes, tight t-shirts.
Right. How old were you then, 16?
I was 16 and a half.
Right.
Nearly 17, and making the cups of tea. So I did the old-fashioned way.
Right.
In fact, we had a laugh about it because in them days, it was very much, the old-fashioned banter.
Yeah.
So a bit of the backwash, washing the women's hair.
And the old women fucking love a chat, don't
they were absolutely adorable. But I'll tell you what, if it was a day like as we are today, where we're looking at PC and women taking mentor course over sexual harassment and things like that.
Yeah.
The things they were doing to me was incredible. So backwash like that, arm going up.
You joking?
Put the shorts. Sometimes at the back, sometimes at the front. They're all having a laugh in the salon.
No way. Was that awkward? How old are you talking?
16 and a half.
No, but how old were they?
Well, they were in their 60s.
Oh, fuck that.
So
I'd be fuming if...
So it was what it was.
Okay.
It was the old-fashioned banter. And somebody actually said to me the other day, you ought to take them to court. I said, if they were still alive, I probably would do, but they're not.
Wow.
But that's where it all started. I got a feel for the salon.
Okay.
I like the banter.
Right.
I like the customer service element of it, apart from the touchy-feely bit.
Yeah.
But that's what I knew from 16 and a half that I wanted to do.
So then you went straight into men's hair. What was the transition then?
Yeah, I went into barbering, but I didn't like the cutting aspect of it at all. That bored me. Got trained up into the shaving, and that's what really interested me.
So you'd gone from doing women's hair to then just doing men's hair alone?
Yeah.
And then how long were you barbering for before you stopped?
5 years.
Okay.
So
just wasn't for you?
Yeah, because in them days, it was very much time was money.
Right.
And it was all done universally.
Okay.
So people talk about this 14-stroke barbershop shave. Literally, that's how it was done all those years ago. And of course, it was almost... If nobody was actually waiting, client in the chair, fancy a shave, sir.
Right.
And then you slap the cream on, shave them once, bit of aftershave tonic, make sure that they're still awake.
Right.
And that and all they went.
Okay.
But I was leaving them with shaving rash and razor burn, although coming in with shaving rash and razor burn.
Right.
Because no one really understood how to shave somebody properly all those years ago.
Right.
So my passion was to try and get these guys shaved without all those issues.
Okay.
But of course, thought the grass was greener, moved somewhere else, then moved somewhere else. And in the end, I thought, I can't be done with this. I'm a bit perfectionist.
Right.
It needs to be done properly.
Yeah.
Took a break, did my corporate training, and then came back in and set up a male grooming company in 2000 online. And I've used all my skills and expertise to help the online clinic that we set up to help these guys with their shaving difficulties.
Right, okay.
19 years ago.
So I'd heard about you after I'd qualified as a barber. I knew two people that had done your course.
Yep.
Both of them spoke extremely fondly about you. One of them in particular, he spoke for ages about you. And I thought, fuck, it's a shame that I actually know how to shave already, because I felt like I missed out.
You cost me a fortune, you did.
Yeah. And then so what had happened was, before I opened Alpha Male, I thought, well, I haven't shaved for a long time. Who better to go to, considering that you were so local? Did the course, everything that they'd said, I saw firsthand. But yeah, we'll get to that. Because I want to touch on how well I found the course personally, and I know that a lot of people will benefit from those courses. But there was a few things I wanted to know beforehand. So your products are so scientifically tested and proven to work.
Yeah.
They stop skin irritation. They stop ingrown hairs.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, they reduce those issues and those symptoms. So there's no guarantee.
Right.
But what you can do, as long as you use them on a regular basis.
Okay.
If you've got ingrown hairs, scrub every day. So again, it's educating these guys.
Right.
Then it will reduce the amount of ingrown hairs if you've got a number of them.
Right.
Or if you haven't got any, keep them at bay.
Okay.
So it's more of an educational, scientific range.
So the process, how did you get so clued up? And you can't copy something if there's not something the same as that to copy it. So you were doing this at the start before there was other companies doing it.
Yeah.
How did you get all that information and manage to put it all together and create these products that you've got?
Well, when we set up the online store back in 2000, we were using products like Baxter's of California, Lab Series, Dermalogica, Elemis, even King of Shaves came on board in 2002, 2003. So we were one of the first online to actually stock King of Shaves. Which is the commercial brand that you find in Boots and the supermarkets. But what I wanted to do was not just have them on the site and people would just go and choose what they wanted. It was confusing enough as it is, and it is today for most men.
Yeah.
What does what product do I buy for this? What product do I buy for that? So learning from what was in their products, but also when they started to invite me to go and work on their product ranges and some of their services.
Okay.
I then started to understand how things would work.
Okay. So certain things were good for certain things. Certain ingredients would work for certain reasons because of.
Yes.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
And then you were just gathering all that information.
Yep. And then I did a lot of reading, lots of studying online. And then somebody that we know within the family is a top world known dermatologist based at the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham.
Wow, okay. That helps.
So, of course, I was tapping him. And I think he told me that he works on some of the World Organisation boards for some of these top companies.
Okay.
So I had all that
was
information as well.
Right, okay.
Yes, that helped.
So what was your process? How did you get from Staffordshire to international globally? Because that's like, I wouldn't know where to start. Like that's a big task.
Massive. And do you know what? It was all done from basically hard work. So it was about learning your trade, doing everything well, not within 5 minutes then saying to the world, now I'm ready for you. It's actually hard graft.
Yeah.
So earning your reputation.
Which is a necessity.
Absolutely. Which I think today there's a lot that are impatient.
Yeah.
And they become qualified. They've had 3 or 4 years experience and all of a sudden they want to grab the whole world's attention.
Yeah.
Where for me now, what I've been doing it 2 decades. And the first overseas trip was, I think, in 2013.
Wow.
To Greece. And in Greece, we're just going through their troubled times.
Okay.
And the owner of the distribution educational company phoned me out of the blue,
Right.
and he said, "We've been watching what you're doing in the UK, and we'd like to invite you to Greece
Okay.
and maybe do some workshops in Greece
How are they watching you?
through Google."
Really?
This guy was very sharp, so he was looking for new things to introduce to his business.
Let's not overlook the fact that social media wasn't a thing back then.
No.
So now everything that you've done and what you're saying sounds like it makes sense. But back then, this is why I'm surprised, because back then that wasn't the case.
All Google.
Yeah.
So there wasn't so much. Facebook's been around for a while. As we
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But in terms of videos,
But not in 2000. Oh, it was. Yeah, it was
yes.
around it. Yeah.
But in the sense of how we use it today,
It's
just
different.
6 years on, 7 years on,
Yeah.
massively different.
Yeah.
And of course, we were putting videos out on website through YouTube,
Right.
and they saw what we were doing. And then they invited me over. Did the first workshop that became successful. Then another workshop, and then they became constant partners of ours.
And then obviously you're taking your Shavedoctor brands with you.
Yep, products have gone over there, so they've distributed our products now for the last 5 years in Greece.
Awesome.
So it's across all mainland Greece, across the islands.
Right. What's your relationship now with the Greeks? Because I know that you've been there quite a few times now. haven't you?
Yep. So I think it's in the last 12 months I've not been over.
Okay.
I think it's trying to freshen up what we're looking to do in terms of shaving.
Okay.
But I've been there 4 years on the trot, sometimes 3-4 times in that year.
Right.
And I think when you're cutting hair, you can show different style of cuts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when
yeah.
you're shaving,
Yeah.
you've got to almost show a new audience or the same audience something new every time. There's only
Right.
so much you can do within shaving.
I was going to say it's quite hard to keep bringing something to the table, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So hence the reason why now we've gone further afield. So it's not just Greece now. We've been to Hong Kong. I've been to most parts of Europe.
Right.
And I'm going to the States in January 2020.
How many countries are you stocked in now?
Initially, we were stocked in around 16 countries.
Okay.
16 countries.
Right. So that's not obviously that's not just Europe. It's Asia. It's
Yep, it's Asia.
America, South America.
Not quite hit the States yet.
Okay. But that's coming.
But I'm hoping that the trip I've got in January 2020,
Right.
that will encourage obviously a lot more interest, not just in me as an educator, but within the brand.
Yes, which is obviously what you're going for. Okay, so what I wanted to get into, Shavedoctor Korea. So there's been a situation with what they call Shavedoctor Korea, which a lot of people will not know about. There is people that do know that have trained with you, I'd assume. I know about it because you told me. One of the reasons I'm asking this and I'm bringing it up is because you've never spoke publicly about the situation that you're dealing with at the minute.
No.
With Shavedoctor Korea. So for the people that are watching that don't know, I'm going to let you give the details. But what I want to say is that after I'd done my my course with Mark, it was we'd both put it on Instagram, on our social media pages, and then I got a direct message on Instagram by the Shavedoctor Korea account, which I didn't follow, which don't follow me, and they were saying a lot of bad things about Mark and his products, but I'd already been informed by Mark about the situation with them anyway, so I defended your case and then blocked them. But
Like many.
But obviously, the people that don't know your side of the story may think that what they're saying is true.
Yeah, and do you know what, Ben? It's probably caused more harm than good in the early stages. And, you know, obviously what I had to do is go back to those customers. And bear in mind, I got 12,000 followers on Instagram. It wasn't just Instagram. There was emails flying around. There was Facebook posts flying around as well. But basically, it was a shot at me because my brand name was all over this product that
Right.
obviously didn't performed to what it should have performed to.
So let's rewind. How you'd got there, how you'd got to deal with Shavedoctor career, and then what the product was and what had happened with it.
Yeah, so I mean, this is sometimes being a victim of your own success. So I was in Hong Kong.
Right.
I just finished training some barbers out there, and minding my own business in a members club in Hong Kong. And I got approached by a guy that was one of the management team of a company based out in Hong Kong and China who were making razor handles.
Okay.
Make razor handles for a number of companies.
What, just the handle?
Just the handle. So they approached me because they were interested maybe in looking at a brand like mine to go on this new project they were working on. So basically it was a razor handle that had a 25mm canister of foam inside.
Right.
And when you press the button, it would aerate because it was aerosol.
Right.
And then the foam would come through the blades.
Right.
So great concept, really.
Yeah,
so every time I explain it, people go, wow, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But when it's seen, and it's seen in the light that I've seen it and you've seen it, because I don't think it was much of a shot at me personally on the Instagram. There was lots of videos I think was shown. And in the videos it was showing canisters exploding, canisters not working, leaking all over the place. And this wasn't obviously down to me. This was down to our manufacturing partners, who obviously should have made a fit-for-purpose product that should have gone on the shelf and flew off the shelves in South Korea where it first launched.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to cut a long story short, they had time to make it. They had time to supply it. It took them 9 months to supply, and then when it was supplied, there was lots of issues with the order.
Okay.
It was 20,000 units. So it was a great order.
It's big money.
Massive money for us, especially as a small business. And we could have gone on and moved on from there. Bearing in mind that would give us the platform to then say to everybody else within the world retail industry, look, South Korea have gone with it. It's working well.
Yeah.
Now you have it.
Yeah.
But because of the issues that they had, and because they weren't resolved quickly enough, what happened was that he got aerated, and they lost faith and trust in me, but also the partners. And they basically just did that with the contract and ripped it up and said, we can't take any more.
Are they still operating?
I believe they're still operating. Not too sure whether they've still got our products
under the same Shavedoctor brand.
I'm not too sure. Something we're looking at from afar, and we can't see yet where the products are, but no doubt they've got 20,000 units, so they must be selling them somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere.
But and you got taken to court over this and all of that kind of...
No, we didn't. I mean, we had legal issues between the manufacturing partners and the distributor in South Korea.
Okay.
But this is the problem when you're approached because of your reputation.
Yeah.
And then you almost, as we did, give the brand away because it was a license deal.
Right.
And everything is out of your control, and you're trusting somebody else to actually do that for you.
Right. So you've got your brand. You've done business with another party to supply and make something that they've offered to you. So you're thinking, right, this sounds great business-wise.
Yep.
It hasn't fell through, but you've also given your brand away into some other hands, and all of these problems are out of your hands personally.
Yep.
But it's your name and your brand on it.
Yeah.
So you're the one that gets shit on, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when things go wrong, it's Shavedoctor,
Yeah.
not the manufacturer.
Right.
Which they still can't understand, and they almost don't take the responsibility. They've taken a little bit, but not as much as they should have done. And especially how they should have reacted, in the very early stages. But, we have to move on. It's damaged us a lot commercially.
Yeah.
Reputation for me as an individual still stands.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah. But that's through all the hard work that you've put in personally.
Of course it is. And I think because I've been so personable with all my clients and my students over the last 13 years,
Yeah.
that's really helped. I think if I was, a trainer, an individual that was just out there to take people's money, be arrogant when you're training, and command respect, then most people would probably think he deserves it. But they all know me. They all get to know within 2 days that you did as well.
Well, I only did one day.
You did the one day, yes.
Yeah.
It's a refresher, didn't you?
Yeah.
But even that one day, we got to know each other fairly well.
Yeah.
Because we're in that shaving room.
Yeah, it was a good 9-10 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. But then I think this is why sometimes going so individual is a slower process, but it's a more organic process in terms of you're really building a bond with the people. Like for me personally, I don't rush my customers out the chair, and any of my customers in the barbershop can tell you, I don't rush them out the chair. If it takes 30 minutes, it takes 30 minutes.
Totally agree.
If it takes 40, it takes 40.
Yeah.
But what that does is over time they come back because they're happy, and we connect and we chat, and they get to know me, I get to know them. They come back because I'm not like the barbershops in town, or a lot of barbershops that, like you say, just want your money, 5-10 minutes and you're out the door. So if they had a bad reputation from something you've been through, their customers would be like, well, I see it. But because your customers, because your clients, your students have got to know you on a personal level, if they heard anything bad about you, they'd say, well, I know Mark, and that doesn't sound like him.
And that's the beauty of being the individual that you are. I was always brought up to treat people how you want to be treated yourself.
Right.
So respect for everybody else in the world, and they should give the respect back. And it's that kind of personality that wins people over.
Yeah.
So, and when you've got that kind of personality, naturally then the training comes part of what you're all about.
For sure. But obviously when you've got a business, when it's a business where you're dealing with individuals, you have to have that individual kind of personality where it's catered just to them.
Make them feel special.
Yeah.
Make them feel special.
It's not rocket science, is it? But a lot of people miss it. But the reason why your brand is still standing and your reputation is still there, like we said, is because of those traits.
Yeah.
They're not business traits, they're personal traits.
They are.
But you carry them into the business.
And you can't buy them.
You can't buy it. You can't teach them either.
You can't buy them. That's the thing. You can learn from business. You make the mistakes.
Yeah.
You move on.
Yeah.
You might make another mistake and move on.
Yeah.
And you can't buy those traits as a person, as a personality.
And somebody could watch me or you do business with our customers, our clients, and they could pick up on it. But if it's not you, you've either got it or you haven't, in that sense.
It is.
If you don't give a shit about people, in general, you can't pick up what we do.
No,
you can't just start giving a shit. It's just not natural to you.
No. And do you know what? Also, we all have our brilliant days, good days, and bad days.
Yeah.
On the odd bad days that, I get, I've got a training course. I'm sat in the car. I'm thinking about that bad weekend I've had, or a bad morning.
Yeah.
And then I get to my location. I get to the training venue, and then it's in the door, training head on, and then smile on.
This is the
and
thing.
It's all about them, not about me.
For sure. You leave your shit at the front door, and then if you need to pick it up when you leave, you pick it up when you leave. But since I've had my own business, it's been 9 months now. All right, I'm very thankful that I'm in a good mood a lot of the time. I never used to be, but now I love what I do. I love where I am. I enjoy it. But even on a bad day, you keep going, because I'm not trying to bring my personal shit onto somebody else that has come in for my service. We can talk about it and discuss it, but there's a certain level of professionalism that you need to uphold.
Massively. Yeah.
And also, people will love you for the fact that you are the way you are with them.
Yeah, it is.
And if somebody comes to you and you're in a bad mood, or you're angry, or you're impatient, or whatever, people are like, I don't know if I'm going to go back there. I don't know if I like that guy.
And you know what? People make excuses now, don't they, for people who are in bad moods?
Yeah.
And there's no need for it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you go to a retail store and you go to the checkout, and that checkout person will not look at you, not smile.
I was one of the, when I was in the chip shops, I was one of them people. but again, as I was one of them people because I hated what I did, but realistically, from a professional point of view, it was unprofessional, and it's not something that people want to see. And when I go to a shop and I see that, like when I go to the Co-op by me and the girl doesn't even say hi to me or say thank you or anything,
I think it's shocking, I know.
I think, fucking hell,
Yeah.
how has she still got a job?
Yeah.
I only still had a job because I worked for my parents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not good.
No.
It's not good at all.
And you know what? When I was looking to retire from training back in March, and I put a post out on Facebook, I don't know if you saw it.
I don't think I did.
I put it out, and within hours, it's just gone mental.
Okay.
Absolutely mental. And because of all this was kicking off with the Razor project, and obviously what was being sent, I just thought, you know what? I've had enough. So put it out on Facebook, say, I've got 2 or 3 courses left, and after that, that's it, I'm gone. I was going to retire, and then I had so many posts and messages to say, you can't retire. You cannot retire. I think 1, because of what was going through, and then 2, I did a show overseas, and I saw the young people, the young educators on stage and in the workshops.
Yeah.
And I felt old.
Right.
And I thought, am I mutton dressed as lamb? And am I going on stage and people are thinking, oh my God, this guy's old?
But you're not that old. Like you're going on like you're 70 or you're 80.
Yeah, but I'm 50 this year.
Yeah, but
then a lot of educators now. We talked about educating certain people at a certain stage in your life. I think when you've had a lot of experience and you're wise enough and you've got the patience enough to teach.
Yeah.
And you almost look like you've earned the right to be there. You might have the 1-2 wrinkle lines and things like that, or the grey hair. But I felt really old. I mean, these guys were, in the 20s, early 20s.
Yeah, but with age comes experience.
Of course it does, yeah.
So sometimes I do martial arts. I'm contradicting myself here because I'm a black belt in my 20s that teaches, but ideally I'd see a black belt in his 40s or 50s and think this guy probably knows more than the younger black belt does because he's probably been doing it longer. That might not be the case, but usually with age, that's a thing.
There's that. And do you know what? And my wife actually said to me, you're silly. And a couple of friends said to me, you're absolutely silly. You've got to be thinking the opposite, like you just said.
Yeah.
You're wiser.
Yeah.
You've had a lot more training experience. I know I am. 13 years now. We've had the training school. 13 years. And it's getting stronger. We're putting more courses. I've had to squeeze more courses in, where it's normally a Monday, Tuesday. For the last 6 weeks, I've had to squeeze them in Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday.
That's awesome.
Because of the demand.
That's good.
So now I think I'm glad I didn't stop training.
Yeah.
From all those posts, and there's a few people that actually touched me and said, you've touched the hearts of many people by doing what you do.
Yeah.
And in some ways, you've changed the lives of some people. And when I say that, I've trained some that have had mental issues, disability issues, confidence issues, maybe not necessarily from the industry, almost on their last legs, haven't got a clue what to do. I train them, and all of a sudden now they become a specialist working for a friend of theirs or their wife's business.
That's incredible. Yeah.
I have touched a lot of people, and I feel proud that I've done it.
Good.
And now I'm thinking the grey hair can stay. I'm not going to colour it, and I'll be the silver fox that still be going in his 60s hopefully. And
but again, if we take it back to martial arts, there's a lot of martial artists with black belts that they've had their black belts for that long that the belt is actually like it's
It's frayed.
It's in bad condition, but they like it because it shows their years.
Absolutely. I think in my position, I think because I've got a product range that's shave care and skincare.
Yeah.
And then we're working a relatively young industry. We do really, don't we?
Yeah.
Whether it's barbering or male grooming. And I think when you work in a relatively young industry, and I'm coming up for 50, and I look a lot older than these other guys, then you start to question where you should be. So I think that was what I was doing at that time.
Okay. But, it's everybody's on their own personal journeys, and if your personal journey's not finished, it's not finished,
Well, I hope it's not finished now, no.
Well,
because I'm enjoying it probably more now than I've enjoyed it, in the early stages.
Yeah, because you know more. I was talking about age with some of my customers, and obviously it was my birthday last Monday, and I said, well, I don't want to be 18 again. People are like, oh, I wish I was 18. Fuck that. I don't want to be 18 again.
I don't.
Because I didn't know shit about shit at 18. I thought I did, but I didn't. And also, I wasn't half as happy as I am now. So why would I want to be 18 again? And if the way I see it is every year I improve or I gain knowledge, wisdom, experience, all this, why aren't I looking forward to getting older?
Absolutely. And do you know what? I don't want to go back to 18.
No.
I felt more comfortable, actually. I got to my 40s and I felt more confident. Sorry, my 30s felt more confident. And then I've got to my 40s, nearly in my 50s, and I feel more comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
And that's quite bizarre. You get to a certain age and then you start to feel more comfortable in your own skin.
You're always learning. Well, not everybody is always learning. I think there's people that are learning, and then there's people that aren't.
Yeah.
And the people that aren't or don't intend to are unhappy as they get older.
Yeah. And they
and
sort
then
of
vice versa.
struggle on in life, don't they? It's almost that plod.
And they're always looking back, like, look at me back then, or
yes,
that.
And it's nice to look back and just have those memories and
nostalgia.
nostalgia.
But do you want to relive it forever?
I don't want to relive it. I like to look back, but not relive it.
If I could have a day at 18 again, I think it'd be good fun. But do I want to start again at 18? No, not.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Well, especially today.
Oh yeah, today.
At this day, certainly not.
What are your feelings towards the state of the industry now? Because you're a shave guy,
yep.
And now, obviously, for the last 5 or how many years, beards have been a thing, which counteracts what you do. You're still busy. You're busier.
Yeah.
But what's your feelings towards that now?
What, in terms of the beard revolution?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I mean, I'm 50, so I've seen 3 beard trends in my lifetime.
Okay.
Yep. So the 70s, you had what we called the bird's nest. So it was just literally out there, hippie beard,
right?
Not even combed or looked after.
Okay. Sounds tragic.
Yeah, it was tragic. And then we've had the goatees, which I've stuck with now for many years.
Okay.
From the 90s.
Yeah.
I think it was the EastEnders, was it Pepe Marco, or was it something like that? It was I'm showing my age there.
Yeah.
There was a couple of Italian guys in it,
okay.
Italian family, and
right.
they made the goatee, very fashionable.
Okay.
And then we've had the beard revolution. But somebody actually said to me when it started about 7 or 8 years ago, do you know what? That could put you out of business. And I said to him, why? And he said, well, beards. I'm not going to shave a beard. I said, no, but we'll do some shaping up.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. Because now you probably see more than most being a barbershop owner, not the fact that you're, Jack on the street, but more guys are coming in to have the
shape ups.
The lines,
yeah.
lines underneath.
I do. I have guys that come in and they don't really have any hair on top, or they can't do much with it, and
so they compensate.
So now they compensate with the beard, and now their beard is their pride and joy.
Yeah.
And what I do is I shape it up. I shape the beard itself, and then I shape the edges up with the cutthroat. And it's still necessary to know how to use that blade.
Of course it is, because if they try at home, especially if they want the beard higher up.
Yeah.
And they've shaved their neck.
Yeah.
And they've got shaving rash and razor burn.
Yeah.
And they get the ingrown hairs.
Yeah.
And they get, and if it's a ginger beard as well, as we know, it's quite wiry and it's coarse. So they now know if they go to a good barber who can shave them well, understands the science of shaving and the beard and everything else, and they can walk out with that clean looking neck and that nice sharp defined look on the cheekbones. Looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So you always know when you're out, a guy that's actually had a barbershop shape up, the fact he's actually tried it himself at home.
Yeah, or he's done it himself.
Yeah.
With beard brands, so were you looking at one stage of supplying stuff like beard oils?
Yeah, we were looking at it.
Right.
We were looking at it.
So because there's a lot, I don't use beard brands because obviously I've had a beard for years, but I don't feel like it's long enough to need any products to put in. So when I wash my hair, I wash my beard.
Do you wash your beard?
I wash it, yeah.
Bro.
But I don't put oils, balms, anything like that because it's not actually that long. So I'm a bit uneducated on that side of things. But then I've got a lot of customers that do have big beards and they tell me about stuff. And they spend some fucking money on beard stuff. Real, like, some guy was telling me that it was like, I think he told me something crazy, like £17 for beard shampoo. I was like, wait.
Oh, no.
Now,
and there's some more expensive than that.
Now, obviously, you're the expert. I'm not the expert. You tell me. I'm just making a theory here. Beard shampoo, is it like they've got some L'Oreal or Tresemme shampoo and they've just put it in a different fucking bottle, branded it as beard shampoo, and they're selling it for more? Is that it? Or is there things that are making it different?
For me, when we were looking at the beard oil range, because of my science and expertise and the shaving and the skincare, then I knew certain ingredients would react well with hair, because that's what we've created the Shavedoctor range around anyway. But yeah, there are some shampoos out there you can use. There's some washes that you can use that are pretty standard to keep the beard, conditioned. But even your length, by the way. So, from part of the course that you do with me, it's not just sticking a razor in your hand and showing you how to shave. There's a lot more to it than that. So we cover the health and safety, the consultation, but also the science of it. And even if you've got a beard like yours, which is fairly short, you still need to keep it conditioned.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trimming it back.
Yeah.
Because it's less coarse.
Yeah.
You can soften it,
Yeah.
which is great for the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the boyfriend. So keep it conditioned. But it's also conditioning the skin under the beard as well.
Right.
So even though you've got hair there,
yeah,
a lot of men think that it's actually protecting the skin. It may do at some point, but a lot of it is actually not, because dirt, grease and grime harbours in the beard.
Yeah.
And of course then what happens is, then if you're not washing it and you're not conditioning it, it will then start to react underneath the beard.
I'll always shampoo and condition it when I'm doing my hair, but what I mean is there a massive difference between beard shampoo and hair shampoo? Or do you feel like there is a lot of beard brands?
I would say not.
I feel like a lot of beard brands, when it comes to things like the shampoo, are scamming in terms of the fact that they're putting a massive price on it, because guys will pay it, but they could have just used like the normal shampoo. I
think it's difficult because I've got a brand myself. So, I know from my shaving products, I might shave somebody tomorrow, and we've given them a really good shave with it, and they, oh yeah, it's fantastic. And they'll go home and use some cheap soap from one of the supermarkets, and it works for them because they've been shaving regularly, and the skin's conditioned to it.
Right.
So it's not all about studying the ingredients and the science behind it for certain people, but for certain people with certain skin types or hair types, the specialist products sometimes help. But then again, it's not all about the ingredient; it's about branding, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you get stuck into a brand.
That's what I believe it.
There's some big brands out there, shaving brands and skincare brands, whether it's male or female.
Yeah.
And the mediocre.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. But the branding is good.
People buy into the brand.
For sure. And obviously, they've got a lot of money to spend on marketing and stuff like that, which is why it looks a lot better. Yeah. What I find fascinating about the guys with beards is now they've grown these beards and it's their pride and joy. What I've noticed is interesting is that this beard for this guy it's his thing, and his missus can't tell him shit about it. Right. And the reason why guys like that is because your missus could say to you, do this with your hair, or do that, or style it this way. And now she can give the opinion on how she thinks the beard looks, but she can't tell him how to deal with it because she doesn't have one. And
No.
and so
Well, she may have one.
she may, but it's not going to be like that. But she can't really, like, that's the one thing a guy's got where he feels like, it's mine, you don't know better than me, leave me to it. And they really enjoy that.
They probably do. And in fact, they enjoy the fact that they go out and you see them and they're stroking it all night long.
And I have one customer who he's got like a goatee. It's not like yours. It's a different style, but he comes every single week and I tidy it up, shape it up for him, blade the face. And once his missus and his daughter came in, and we spend some time on this, and even though he comes in every week, we spend some time on it. I don't rush him out. It's not a 5-minute job. You might think when you see that there's not that much hair there that it's quick, but it's not quick. And his missus could not believe how much pampering this man gets in the chair. But guys like that,
Of course they
because
do.
it's the only thing that they've got that they can get pampered, where women can go and they can go to the nail salon and the hairdressers and the beauty salon. Guys come to the barber shop, they get a bit of I don't know, TLC on their face, and they enjoy that.
But you know what? It's getting better in bigger things around the body for men. So I think there's a lot of men now that they are very conscious when they, especially during the summer, and they're wearing sandals and flip-flops.
Yeah.
And for a lot of men, you know, if they've got sweaty, oily feet, for example, then it can have a reaction with the nail, and the nail can then become quite fungal, and it goes yellow or off-white. Even off-white now, there's guys out there now concerned that they're going to go to Ibiza, wherever it is, with a fungal-infected nail.
Right.
So pedicures now for guys are more popular than ever before.
Right.
Even the manicure for guys as well.
Yeah.
Because if they're in a job that's getting their nails completely dirty, rough around the edges where it's building, mechanic, whatever it is, they want to look pristine when they go out. And the first thing women always tell you is when they're looking at you, you know, in a bar, one, they look at your footwear, and then two, they always look at your hands.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is where guys now are starting to, you know, be more aware of their own body. So it's not just here, but everywhere else.
Yeah, I used to like tear my nails off, and now for years I've been growing them, but I must file my nails about 3 times a week. It's like become an obsession now.
Yeah.
Just
but they have to be clean as well. They want to see them clean,
because
not dirty.
Because I used to get when I used to tear my nails off, it was just a bad habit. But then when I noticed that they were disgusting, I'd get so paranoid that I'd always like close my fists. But yeah, guys are a lot more conscious of it now. And so with the beards, I feel like taking care of them is a big thing. Do you think that you will get into beard products as well?
Do you know, I think I said we looked at it.
Yeah.
But and I'm surprised by one of the biggest beard brands, they got investment on Dragon's Den. Now, whether they're looking at all the products to complement when the beard revolution, and it has died down such a lot now. So we've had this peak for, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But I've seen, you know, on my travels now, in certain places of the UK and Europe, the big, what I call topiary beard, is now going out.
Shorter.
It's been shorter, a lot shorter.
Yeah.
So, you know, long gone days where we talk about the Viking Scandinavian beard, they still have them. But in terms of Europe, a lot of Europe now, they're getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we'll go back to, you know, how it was 40, 50 years ago, where we go back to the shorter beard, And then all of a sudden, you'll go through a stage where it's going to be clean shaven again.
Yeah.
You know, we had the uppie year in the 80s, and it was a decade of just clean shaved men.
Right.
And people go, oh, no. Women go, no. The men go, no. But they said no in the 80s, and it happened.
But this is the thing, like, fashion comes in stages, doesn't it? And then I remember in the 90s, I grew up loving hip hop, and we all had baggy jeans.
Yeah.
And I used to fucking love baggy jeans. And then I used to see guys with like tight jeans or slim fits, and I was like, oh. And now I might have some jeans that are a bit big, and I'm like, fucking hell, they look baggy, that looks shit.
So for me.
And now I'm in slim fits.
Yep.
And what used to look cool then, if the fashion changes, it no longer looks cool. So what your opinion is now is not going to be the same
Absolutely
in 5,
right.
10 years time.
Absolutely right. In fact, I've taken an old photo album out, and it's a photo of me and my wife in Sri Lanka.
Right.
And this is 2003. So it was the year before the tsunami, because we were actually there over Christmas and New Year. And my boy had not seen it before. He's only 11. So we got it out actually yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's looking at my hair, and he's looking at my clothes, and he's crying with laughter. There's nothing wrong with them in that era.
Yeah.
But what you do it 20 years on.
Yeah.
And he couldn't believe
he's not
it was
old.
me.
He's not old enough to understand what we're just talking about.
Not at all. But you're talking 3/4 length shorts, which are in, with the drawstrings and everything else.
Yeah.
And then trainers. And it was the sleeveless tops as well, and they were all the rage, 2003. But, coming back to the beard oil, we've looked at it, but if you're going to specialise in it, which I think a lot of beard oil brands have done, I think it's dangerous, because at one point they're going to go from peaking to maybe supplying 1 million men with the beard oil products to maybe supplying 200,000.
Right.
And you've invested a lot of money. You've grown your business, and then you'll lose that business overnight as the fashion starts to change again.
Okay.
And you talked about the fact you felt you didn't need any specialist products for that short beard.
Yeah.
You're not going to be on your own.
Yeah.
So all these men with the beards like yours, and probably like mine,
Yeah.
would probably say, well, I don't need a beard oil.
Yeah.
So again, they're going to lose all that business.
So what you're saying is you're kind of looking at the back end of the wave now and thinking
absolutely
it's on its decline.
Yeah, and I've had lots of men. When we have the models in the training school, as you know, and some of it's beard shaping, and we actually still put the scrub over the beard.
Yeah.
We put the oil over the beard. We put the cream over the beard.
Yeah.
So we're still conditioning the beard with our own shaving skincare products.
Yeah.
Not really.
Specific
beard oil products.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be specific beard shampoo or beard.
No, because you're trying to get to, I suppose. Yeah. They can use ours.
Yeah, so obviously for guys that are watching who were thinking about buying that stuff, you can buy Shavedoctor products that will still look after your skin and beard without it being overpriced, like a lot of the brands out there. Moving on a little bit, you're finally visiting America.
I am.
Fucking hell, they've wanted you for a long time.
Yep.
So, how has that come about? Because I know that you were in demand for a long time in America. And now you're finally going. What's the deal? What are you doing out there?
I think because it was more individuals wanting me out there, so it was individual barbershops, salons. But now I've been invited to attend an event in Atlanta.
Awesome.
As a chief educator. In fact, their first international educator, so I'm really excited.
What event is this?
So it's called the NBBS event.
Okay.
So it's the barbering and beauty event in Atlanta. So specific for education and workshops.
Right.
There aren't many, as you would do, I suppose, here where you get the barber connect and lots of stands selling product. It's more education.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to it because cultural-wise, it's great for me to go out there and start to educate some of the black barbers in teaching them how to be shaving black customers.
Let's just touch on that because Afro hair is a lot different to other hair, and the skin is a lot different as well.
Yeah.
So, do a lot of Afro barbers shave?
Some do shave.
I know they do shape ups with the blades.
They do. They do all the the skin fades and the fades on the top of the hairline, but they don't shave many faces.
I've never seen an Afro barber do a cutthroat shave on a black man.
No, strange because you'll see lots of Indians. You'll see the Turks do it. You'll see the Europeans do it. But you don't see many black barbers do it because they're black clientele, and a lot of it is down to the fact that a lot of black customers think they can't shave because they get the shave bumps along here.
Yeah.
I did an event, it must be about 6-7 years ago. It was at Superdrug in Milton Keynes.
Okay.
So it was almost like a pop-up Barber's.
Right.
In their big store in, I think it was a shopping mall in Milton Keynes. So I spent all weekend there. So I was shaving all day long. And on the Saturday and Sunday, so I was there on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I was showing quite a lot of the black visitors to my chair. And they kept looking at me from afar, almost as they were tutting and, you can't shave me, you can't shave me.
Yeah.
And I love a challenge. I've always liked a challenge. And I just called them over and I said, look, this is my philosophy, this is my science, this is what I've been teaching now for, a number of years. Just trust me and I'll give you a shave. It's a free shave, so you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So one or two and an hour, and they watched for must be an hour or more because I got more and more in the chair. And then this one fellow went, do you know what? I'll get in.
Okay.
I've just seen him get out. I'll get in, but you won't shave that. So he got in the chair, and to be fair, his skin wasn't as bad as a lot I've seen in terms of the shave bumps on the neck. So I got him prepped. And of course, I'm that kind of controversial guy. So, when you're shaving all those bumps, you have quite a lot of blood spotting.
Yeah.
Because you're shaving sometimes a lot of what we call popping, the ingrown hairs out.
Yeah.
So I take the razor over them.
Yeah.
And people go, you can't do that. Well, of course you can.
Yeah.
Because what you do is actually shaving the bacterial infection out by removing that ingrown hair. And of course, the bump is the bacterial infection. So when they understand that, they go, oh, yeah, I suppose you're right, really. But it can look messy.
Yeah.
So there's me, and I've got a little assistant. And then now, the store is rammed because they've brought the mates.
Nobody's seen this before.
Brought the mates.
Right.
So no one's seen it. As I'm shaving, I've got so that the cheeks are fine. There's one or two little spotting areas because there was one or two spots, and then the ingrown hairs that were coming out. And of course, I got to the neck.
The fun part.
The fun part. And
the
then
messy part.
Start to go. Pum, bang, bum, bang, 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 bang. And I was spotting quite a lot.
It looked like a horror movie.
Yeah, you could say it was like a horror movie. And I think they were thinking, oh my God, what's going on here?
It's fucked up.
Yeah, so they could see one or two going, nudging each other.
Because when I've done shaves, when the blood... most guys get blood spots. Some a lot more than others. Some a lot more than others. I get them a bit at the bottom of my neck. When someone's come and they're having a shave and they're not used to it, they're not educated. They see a blood spot, they're like, "Oh, he's cut me."
Yeah.
And they see a lot of blood, they're like, "Oh, this is shit." That's
the first thing they say. They've cut me.
Yeah, this is shit. But actually, it's got to happen.
Absolutely. And if you understand the science of why the blood spotting happens, you get a lot more barbers around the world shaving.
Yeah.
A lot give up because they see it and then they think they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Or they blame the blade or they blame the tools. Lack of preparation. And they go, well, no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And I go to many places where they've looked and they've not done it for years. I've gone in, they go, I wish I'd known this years ago.
Yeah.
Because we've been shaving years ago.
Yeah.
But these guys that I shaved in Milton Keynes, I mean, that was most of them was on the Saturday afternoon, and they all left. Now, bearing in mind, I was also there selling products. They're allowed to sell their own products in Superdrug. Okay. So my wife phoned me. She said, how have you got on today? I went, oh, shit. There's no sales whatsoever for this afternoon. So she said, never mind. You've got another day, and maybe tomorrow's a better day. So Sunday I'd shaved a few, made a few retail sales. I was expecting these guys to come back because they said, oh, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll tell you how it is, because a lot of black men who shave the first time go, I'll tell you how it is tomorrow, because it's not about now, it's about tomorrow.
Yeah.
When it just starts to grow back. So about 4 o'clock, I thought, there's not many men coming in now. Superdrug are looking to close anyway shortly. So packing up. So I've got all the kit being packed away. And actually, there's 7 or 8 of these guys I'd shaved on the Saturday all come in. And they all sort of looked at each other. And this one guy went, "Seen this?" Excuse my French, went, "Fucking hell, my skin's never been so clear. Ever." And he was in his 50s.
Right.
And obviously, he was the one that was questioning my techniques.
Right.
And anyway, we sold 14 kits
Wow.
to these guys. And these guys are still loyal Shavedoctor customers.
Wow.
So it just shows you, if you push the boundaries, but you understand why you're pushing the boundaries, and you can teach the customer that's sat in your chair why those things happen, and you can get them to shave more without the issues, eventually they'll shave more.
Yeah. So you're planning to take that philosophy to America and
take to America, and then we'll hopefully get more black barbers shaving more of their black customers, so that they understand when they are getting those issues. I wouldn't say they're issues. When they see what's happening, they understand why it's happening.
Yeah.
And they can also tell the customer. And sometimes the customer won't even know, and he won't know because he's actually lying back in the chair like that. His head's at the ceiling.
Yeah.
The only people that actually see it is one, the barber, and maybe two of the
around.
people waiting for a shave, who then might be thinking, or a haircut, hang on a minute, this barber's butchering that guy in the chair there.
Yeah.
But then as a barber, it's great then to be talking to your shop of customers. Say, look, I'm shaving this guy, and if he's black, they'll know why. If it's a black sort of orientated barber shop, because then he can say, this happens because of this, this, and this. You wait till we sit him up after we've actually cleaned his skin up.
But you've got to have the confidence in your skills and your knowledge.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just looks like you fucked him up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're doing just that event, and then that's it for now.
Well, no, because from that, I've now got so many barber shops throughout the whole of America saying, well, when you're over here, can you stay over here and then do some workshops for us?
Wow.
So in the process now of trying to get some workshops done around that date,
Amazing.
the 12th, 13th, actually, in January 2020, and extend my stay. So we've got West Coast, we've got the East Coast.
How long are you expected for at the minute?
Well, normally it should be a long weekend. But at the moment, the way things are going,
the business
not told my wife yet. I mean, it could be 2 to 3 weeks. So we've got 2-3 people on the ground in the US. One's a well-known barber out there who's quite influential. He runs the Barber Society.
Okay.
Forum on Facebook. They've got 17,000 members, and between him and 3 or 4 others trying to arrange locations for me to be delivering the workshops for these American barbers.
So,
and not just American barber, cosmetologists as well.
So if there's anybody else in the States that wants the Shavedoctor,
yes,
contact him.
Yeah, it could be 4 weeks, not 5, not 3 weeks.
Well, you're not tied down, are you? So it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Any plans for like anywhere else? Canada, Australia, New Zealand?
Well, again, we keep getting asked to go to Australia. We need some kind of event in Australia, I think.
Okay.
Or we need someone to take hold like they maybe are doing in the States to say, look, we've got a great location. We can get the models required. Because for me, I think I can hold any workshop, an event, but it's about getting the models in place.
Yeah.
That's why my courses are so popular. And you did the 1-day refresher because you've been shaved before, but for someone who's not shaved before, 2 days, 10 models minimum is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the amount of people who've shaved 4 on my first day and then said, I'm glad it's not a 1-day course.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're still competent after that first day of just shaving 4.
Yeah, yeah.
And they've got 6 to look forward to a minimum on the second day.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, can't you, that 1-day courses out there, 1 model or 2 models max, they've shaved probably the same skin type, same hair type. Where on my course you get different face shapes, all different hair types, all different skin types, all different ages.
Yeah.
So you will then go back and think, do you know what? I can shave that because I remember doing that on that course.
It's all necessary. So because you can't guarantee what you're going to get in the barbershop.
No.
So, what kind of things do you feel like you're still learning? Knowing as much as you know, is there things that you can still learn? You personally?
I think there's a lot to learn. I think if a trainer or an educator says that they know everything there is about the industry they're in,
Yeah.
I think it'll be the time to actually say, that's it, I need to give up.
But what, like, because I haven't been in the industry half as long as you have, I'm very clear on what I need to improve on. Is it that clear for you?
Yeah, it is. I think, do you know what? I think also, if you can learn something new every year, which you said you're looking to do,
Yeah.
as a educator, you still need to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
And not just for the client, but for you as well. And to not be complacent and to think, do you know what, have I covered all areas?
Yeah.
Is there something else I need to cover?
Yeah.
And I think there will be other areas that I need to cover, and I know them in my mind now, which I'll introduce, once every year for the next few years. But I think if you're still learning as an educator, it's healthy not just for yourself, but also for your client and your students. So if you can bring something in new once a year, twice a year, tweak what you're doing in terms of your service element.
Yeah, because you don't want to be taught by somebody who he's doing the same things as he was doing 5-10 years ago. Because you're like, this guy's not moving with the times.
Things move on.
Yeah.
Science moves on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why, the product range I've got now, we've developed a product every year since we've had the product range. The first one was a scrub.
Okay.
Then the oil, then the creams, almost in an order.
Right.
And I've just in the process of developing a new jelly. So we're trying a new jelly.
Okay.
Which is an aloe and seaweed jelly.
Oh wow.
So we've been trying that in the courses.
Okay. That's interesting.
And hopefully we can add that to the range once we get the feedback from all our models. So all our products are tried and tested on humans, not on animals.
Yeah. Good.
And once we've got the feedback sufficient enough to say, yes, it's safe enough, there's no reaction, it's done this to the skin, so there's a benefit.
Yeah.
Not the fact that you can just put it on for the sake of it.
Yeah.
It has to have a benefit.
Yeah, for sure. From where you started out to where you are now, are you fulfilled?
No.
Good. Good. That's a good answer.
Never fulfilled. I always want to go for the next level,
but
the next thing.
I'm not fulfilled. Obviously, again, I've barely got going, but I'm very grateful.
Yeah, and I think I think there's a difference between of being happy,
content,
and to being fulfilled. And I think at the moment, people keep saying to me, you're highly successful, you're very successful. And I used to measure success based on the car I used to drive, the house I used to live in,
cash,
what was money in the bank.
Yeah.
But I think people get that totally wrong. And success should be built around your achievements, not necessarily around your financial achievements.
How happy you are.
Yeah, so you can have all the money in the bank
and be miserable as fuck.
Be miserable as sin.
Yeah.
So it's about your personal achievements, and some of us aren't materialistic either. No. We can have a lot of money sitting in the bank, and we can spend it on our kids. We can spend it on some fantastic holidays. You can drive the shittiest of cars. I mean, my car's 17 years old.
Yeah.
But I'm never in it because I've got 2 boys, I've got a wife, we've got a family car.
Yeah.
But my car really is just getting to me from A to B, and it's local. Most of the time, I'm travelling either on trains or planes.
Yeah.
So why do I want, a fancy car sat in the driveway? So I'm going to use.
Yeah. I agree. Being at the upper echelon of the shave industry, what goals are left?
That's a good question. I think for me now, it's almost having a team that I've reluctantly not wanted for a long time because I've not been able to trust people delivering the course like I've delivered it.
Nobody, you'll never get another you.
No, and that's the fear.
And you have to understand that. This is the problem I've got with taking people on in the barbershop. no one's gonna love your business like you love it, and no one's gonna bring the energy and the
Enthusiasm, the
enthusiasm,
passion.
yeah, like you.
Mm.
But you can only get so far on your own.
Yes, you can, and probably that's why we've stayed at a certain level that's been comfortable, but probably not comfortable enough. Which is why this year now I'm now linking up with a training partner in the Northwest, and we'll have a collaboration with these guys. They are now going to be endorsing my shaving courses throughout all of their database throughout the whole of the UK. It means that if we are too busy, for me, then I'll be training some of their staff to deliver the course so that I can then be in not 10 places all at once.
Yeah.
But it will be delivered to how it should be delivered. So there's a special lesson plan that they'll be, adhering to. So it'll be done just like I've done it, religiously,
Yeah.
and methodically.
But it's not always you.
But it's not always me.
Yeah.
It's not always me. And that's been the danger as well over the years, the victim of success. Most people arrive at my training base in Rouge and they go, "Oh, thank God it's you."
Yeah.
They're expecting somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'll throw it up and go, "But you're going to deliver it. You're delivering the course, aren't you?"
But obviously, just to put it out there in future for people that do take one of your courses and it's not you, you're not taking any idiot off the street.
No,
I
wouldn't let that happen.
No, they're going to be very...
Yeah, so imagine the majority of the staff are already highly trained in other areas.
Yeah.
So they've got that teaching head.
Yeah.
They've got the teaching experience.
Necessary. Yeah.
They've got the passion to deliver teaching anyway. We've just got to teach them how to deliver the shaving the way I've been delivering for the last 13, 14
But obviously it's going to be Shavedoctor certified.
It's going to be Shavedoctor certified, and through the collaboration it'll be ABT accredited as well.
Okay. One thing I want you to quickly touch on before I give you the last couple of questions. What you told me before we started recording with the female stuff.
Yes. So introducing the
just the
dermaplaning.
Yeah. So if you could just give a couple of minutes, just a basic understanding of what it is and why.
I think a lot of people have come across it.
So it's called dermaplaning.
Dermaplaning. I think some people call it something else, certain parts of the world. But literally, it's shaving skin. And removing skin off the face.
So not
all over the face.
Not just here.
Not just here.
Up here as well.
Forehead.
Nose.
The lines of the eyes. The nose as well.
Yeah.
So the nose gets done as well. Top lip. Even this area here.
Yeah. But for women as well as men.
All for women, really.
But like I said, I've had it done.
You've had it done? It's a very a female orientated treatment, and it stems from centuries old tradition in Japan.
Okay.
Northern village in Japan, where the Japanese women would actually be stropping the straight razor themselves as well.
Wow.
And then they'd be shaving here, round there. We can all see how the Japanese women look. Their skin looks immaculate, doesn't it? In the 60s, 70s, 80s.
And are you saying that this is what it's from?
Yes.
Wow.
That's where it all stems from.
Wow.
So, this very ancient art of doing what they were doing, and probably didn't even call it dermaplaning. That's me now. So it was probably called something else, in Japanese, for example.
For sure.
Probably not Yo Sushi, but called something else. So what a lot of them have done around Europe and America is taken that ancient skill on board and thought, you know what? If it's working for the Japanese women, it'd be working for our customers.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. So Americans have taken it. They've called it dermaplaning. It's now coming to Europe in a big way. And a lot of the women are now having it done in certain salons that's offering it with major benefits. But years ago, I saw it as an opportunity and people were laughing at me.
Yeah.
So, more than 10 years ago, they were going, you can't shave women's faces, it'll come back as a beard. And I'm saying, no, it's not. If they've got high testosterone levels, fair enough.
Yeah.
If they've got already, a beard and a moustache, fair enough. And 9 times out of 10, they'll have the top lip and everything else removed through waxing or through lasering. But really, it's a lot to do with the top half, not necessarily down the bottom half, but the bottom half now is becoming more apparent because of dry skin and the laughter, what we call the smile wrinkle lines around here.
So, females, you may be able to save a lot of money on Botox in future.
You never know, because that hopefully will be we always say the prevention's better than the cure.
Yeah.
So rather than get to the late stage where you require Botox, hopefully if you could put this in place early on.
Yeah.
It's like the Dove adverts, isn't it, on TV? And many years ago, your mother would go, "What's the one? She's got bloody good skin. She's only 20.
Yeah.
What are they using a young model for?
Yeah.
But they can't use an old model because it's not advertising how good the product is.
Yeah.
Because it's the prevention that's the thing they're talking about, not the cure itself.
Right. Okay. So
dermaplaning for women, yes, for men as well. I think is certainly a treatment that's coming very popular if it's done right, and all the precautions are taken into place as well.
You're planning to bring the dermaplane into the Shavedoctor?
Yes, and that hopefully would be another training course. So we're trialing it at the moment. Trialing it on some of the local females to start with. And if all that goes well, from the feedback and the research, then hopefully we can start to, launch it as a treatment at my salon base in Rugeley.
Yeah.
And then be great to introduce it as a course.
So when are you looking?
Sorry?
When are you looking, next year?
So I'll be hoping this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully by the end of this year,
awesome.
we'd have good feedback, good research.
Okay.
And then we'll look at maybe introducing it as early as possible.
Wicked. Right, so the last couple of questions just to wrap it up, which I will be asking everybody. If you could do anything for work, but not this, doesn't matter about money, age, qualification, what would it be?
Do you know what? I had this conversation with one of my models the other day.
Okay.
He looked at me, he went, "Are you mad?" And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because I've been there, done it, now front of house. I'd like to be a chef." Chef.
Fucking hell, that's stressful.
Absolutely stressful. But my wind down time is cooking.
Right.
And I love cooking.
Okay.
And if I...
It's a bit different in the kitchen, though.
It's massively different in the kitchen,
yeah.
the commercial kitchen, I understand
yeah.
that. But my wife always says to me, if we watch MasterChef, you'd be good at that. You'd be good under pressure, you're good in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I think as I'm strive to be the best that I can be in my industry now, I'd strive to be the best in the industry as a chef. And I want to be a Michelin star chef.
That's interesting.
And then have the team around you. So you haven't got to work all the silly hours. And you can have some time off and obviously have staff that can deliver the dishes for you. But yeah, I think I'd become
interesting.
Yeah, the Michelin star chef would be
okay. Not just a regular chef.
Not just a regular chef.
What advice would you give 18-year-old Mark?
Oh, work hard.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
Yeah.
Less dreaming.
Yeah.
And I think just enjoy the journey, because the journey will always be up and down. Your journey can't stay like that and plateau out. Your journey is going to be like a roller coaster. Yeah. And like our life personally, it's going to be like a roller coaster. Yeah. So when you hit those lows from the highs, it's staying focused, not get yourself too het up about those downs, because when your low is low, your brain doesn't think logically to get you back up there again.
Yeah.
So I think it's staying focused, be happy what you're doing, and just stay level-headed.
Good. Right. So, again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. Enjoyed it.
It's been a pleasure. Again, so they can find you on Instagram and Facebook under the Shavedoctor.
Shavedoctor. I think Instagram is the _Shavedoctor.
Right. I'll have all the links on the YouTube
Brilliant.
comments. But if you're listening via audio on Spotify or something, you can check him out. Just search Shavedoctor. You'll find him. The website will be on there as well.
Yep.
Any last words?
No, just thank you for inviting me in. Really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping
Good.
that the listeners get something out of it, and they've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed chatting to each other as well.
For sure. So, guys, stay tuned, and you'll see me soon. Yeah.